Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about Azure Kubernetes service and its overview about the Kubernetes architecture. Now, let's see what is Azure Kubernetes. So, Azure Kubernetes is a tool that is used to manage container-based applications. On this particular tool, microservices-based applications are being deployed by teams. And also, Azure Kubernetes provide a managed Kubernetes service on the Azure Cloud Platform. So this will help reduce the complexity that is involved in the deployment and also working with the core management tasks. So you can see what is mentioned in here. So it is actually a rapidly evolving platform that manages the container-based application and their associated networking and storage components. Kubernetes basically focuses on the application workload, not the underlying infrastructure components. So how those deployments will be occurring? All those will be happening via a declarative approach and backed by a robust set of APIs for management operations. And if you see, this is the Kubernetes cluster architecture. A Kubernetes cluster is divided into two components. One is control plane and the second one is the nodes. So control plane will provide the core Kubernetes services and the orchestration of application workload. The nodes will be running our application workloads. If you want to know more about the Azure Kubernetes services, you can refer the Microsoft documents. You'll get it, know what are all the core components of the Kubernetes services, and also you can see the sample tutorial. So in this video, I am going to show how to deploy or how to create a Azure Kubernetes service, and also we will be deploying a container on Azure Kubernetes service, and from that we will create a service and we will see a sample Nginx web server, how it is running from the Azure Kubernetes service. So to do that, first you need to log into the Azure portal. I am already into that. So here you need to search for Kubernetes service, and I am going to create a Kubernetes cluster here. And select the resource group. And I am giving, as it is a demo, right? I am giving a dev/test, and I am giving Kubernetes name as my cube. And I am giving these things as default. And the scale method I am giving as manual. And here I can change the node count. So remaining things are all I'm just keeping as a default. So I'm giving review and create. So post validation has been passed. We will create the Kubernetes cluster. So validation has been passed. I'm just giving on create. Let's wait for some couple of minutes to complete this cluster creation process. Now you can see our AKS deployment has been complete. Now we will go to the resource. Here you can see in the left hand side the namespace and the workloads and services and egresses. All those things are available. Now we will go to the workload and we will add the YAML file of the Nginx template. So I am going to workloads. I am going to create with YAML. So here you can give the YAML template to deploy the Nginx image. So here you can see the API version and the deployment, the kind of thing. What I am going to do is a deployment 1, and metadata name as given Nginx. And if you see the template, I am using the label called app Nginx, and the container image version Nginx colon 1.2, and the port which I'm using is 80. So now I'm going to click on add. So once I click on add, it will start the deployment. And if you see here, currently it is showing as 0/1. Let's wait for some couple of minutes to become in ready state. It is in updating stage. Now you can see it is in ready. Once this Nginx server has been deployed, we will create a service that is kind of a load balancer, right? So that we can easily access it from the internet, so that we'll have a public IP assigned to that. So to do that, I need to go to services and ingresses. Click on create with YAML. So I'm giving these metadata and the type as I'm giving load balancer, and I'm clicking on add. So what this will do, it will expose it over the port 32750, and also we will have an external IP allocated to that, so that from the external IP we can easily access the Nginx web page. So we will have a load balancer in front of a container, so that we can access the container from the outside the world using the internet. Now you can see the load balancer service, it has been okay, and also we have an external IP allocated to that. So when I going to open this external IP, it shows the Nginx web page. So this is what we have expected. The Nginx container has been successfully installed and it has been working as well. So in this video, we have successfully created AKS, and from that we have deployed a container on AKS, and we have created a service for the container, that is the load balancer, all through via an Azure portal. Thanks for watching this video.